All right, I'm Brandon, Therapeutic Fragrance. Wearing the Easy E shirt, same pattern from the NWA cover. Actually, same brand, same everything, shirt. One of my favorite ones. Anyways, it's funny who compliments me on this one, on this shirt. People recognize it a lot, especially in Vegas. It's crazy. Anyways, this is my second take doing this. I wasn't in this shirt the first time. I'm only in it because I just did the Ansar review. So I'm like, I have to get through this again. Want to do it. I don't know why I'm being so careful. We'll just get it out there. So GAEA is an easy one for me. No introductions. We'll just get into thoughts on GAEA and Proxima. Many people have asked for it. One person was generous enough to send me the samples. I would have sought them out. They're available now right away. And hopefully they still like me after this. I love Peter. You all know that. So we need to turn off our Peter hats right now and turn on the critique of the juice only. GAEA. I was on a live stream with Peter last week, and someone is like, it has a clean soapy feel on it, and Peter's like, nobody's reported any soapy. I don't get soapy at all. That's just strange. And I was wearing GAEA at the time of the live stream, and it's just blowing up soap on me. I know what it is. The 1,000 compositions I've been through, I know exactly what's happening. I don't know the name of the ingredient. Hopefully Peter can help me, but I have a synthetic ingredient that literally blows up on my skin as soap. Anybody that's followed my channel from the beginning has heard this too much. I've said it too much because it's happened too much. And it was one of my biggest learnings about composition. Fancy designers, the guys that deal with synthetics, know exactly what I'm talking about because it's almost gone in every modern perfume that's in the mall right now. None of those do that to me. But all these niche brands still use this for their projection, sillage, whatever. And all it does on my skin is literally about 15 to 30 minutes, 45 minutes in. And I know it coming. I'm smelling the perfume. It's beautiful. I smell the soap coming, and all of a sudden I blow up a room. In the gym, I smell people that do it all the time. I think it's a big reason people that don't wear fragrances, they've had this experience and just don't go back. I think it's a huge reason. Anyways, the top, and I can tell the heart, beautiful honey, like everybody, green honey, everybody suggests, and then this effect happens. I can't, the soap takes over everything, and then I do get a nice dry down about 4 or 5 hours later. I wore this twice just to make sure, because it's Peter. Not his fault. I mean, name a niche brand, and they have a perfume in their collection that uses this ingredient, and it is what it is. My guess is it's tonalide. Hopefully, Peter, you can help me with what this ingredient is, and I'll buy it. I've been dying to know. I've said it like over 20 times. Like, as soon as I know this ingredient, I'll report it back to you guys to help you out, and try to tell perfumers that if you have it in here, you have to list it as a note. Just so me and others can stay away where we get the soapy. And a lot of people stay away from fougères and other beautiful fragrances for this because they think it's going to do this. And it's just this ingredient, skin chemistry. And this is why I cringe so much when people test on paper. I'm like, oh my gosh, whatever. Peter, in your video with your sister, best video on skin chemistry that shows a picture of two people wearing the same fragrance. Both of you and your sister saying different notes. And then you let each other smell each other's arms and you agree with each other that's totally different. That is what I'm talking about. And so for GAEA 65-100, easy, short review, that's where I have it for those reasons. Proxima, the Proxima. Very pleasing scent overall. I can't deny that. All right, Proxima. I used every drop of this sample. There's just a bit left. I promised somebody I'd send it to them. But I just had to do this justice. A very pleasing scent overall from the bottle, and the first initial spray, I get a sweet melon of some sort. From the bottle, it smells just clean and fresh. It does have, right from here, has just a clean, slight soap smell. So I was nervous about this one. It did not blow up on me like GAEA did. It's got a just a bit of a dirtiness. It's got just a feel. I almost guarantee that there's a synthetic that they use for their house DNA that's in Proxima. I can smell it really good. Not the same thing, but just a main dry air ingredient, almost the effect that gives this its old book smell. All my imaginary authors from 10 years ago, I always said, man, it's just like Portland going to our Pal's bookstore, one of the biggest bookstores left in the world, just old used books. And that's the fragrance used to go in there. And it's got a little bit of that ozone quality to it, that air quality to it while you wear it. During the entire wearing, the melon turns into kind of a raspberry berry fruit on my skin, gets sweeter and sweeter, and the ozone effect stays most of the time. Overall, a pleasing scent. Now, what I have to say applies to many perfumes that I haven't said this about. This would apply to, I think this is better than Gallagher's stuff. I mean, Rosé All Day had a really good top and heart accord, but I'm talking about the house DNA. It's a start. A lot of niche brands, when you go synthetic and don't pick a heavy natural to help you out with a bunch of facets and nuances, you're responsible for, and I'm sure Peter can attest to this, you're responsible for coming up with those facets on your own, all those notes. I mean, each synthetic only carries one linear note, so you got to have so many synthetics. What was done here, and I'm not talking about just pure malt. I'm talking about Amen, the whole Oliver Cresp, first creation, the DNA that's in here, the air that was created in here. I mean, that's his life's work. That's you only get a couple of those DNAs that you're credited for, if you know what I'm saying. So for a perfume house to come out with 3 perfumes that are different, not built on one accord, that would be one hard task. I don't know how you do it. Can't point to anybody that's done it. What Rossi Fort's done, and all my high praise for him, Peter's high praise for him too, is use of heavy naturals. They're all different perfumes, but they use heavy naturals to give all the nuances and the vitality to the perfume, the ebb and flow to the perfume. With synthetic, to get ebb and flow, I mean, you literally have to accomplish something like this, that the Guerlainade, the name a designer, all the designers, my Bulgari Aqua Amara, that air that's in there, Hermes Twilly, just the air that's in there to create that takes just, I would almost dare to say, like over 300 notes. What Laudamel does, I consider him one of only a few modern perfume geniuses in synthetics, not naturals. I've hammered some of his natural work. I have the cojones to do it. His synthetic work is beyond everything, what he's doing there. And for him to do that, he already has a tool belt of accords built that have, I'm sure, over 100 notes in them. So he's starting from there, that air from there, and building on top of that, and building suggestion and powerful aromas on top of that, airs, accords on top of that. I don't see that in Proxima. No offense to Peter. It's pleasant scent. He's above a lot of niche guys. But to go full synthetic, the next level is just needs a bigger studio and more money, and needs just way more materials to build the fancy air that you need. I relate this to Maria Barcelona's Atom Perfumes. She has a company called Atom Perfumes, out of this world. Really cool concept. She created scents based on outer space to go teach kids with fragrance. That's this to a T. I mean, you should send her a sample. I mean, you should go teach with her with this. It's separate enough that, I mean, it's its own, just brilliant concept. I did a review of it, said the same thing on the review. It's one of the best things we could give back with our tools that we have, our fragrance tools, our senses. Now Proxima, it's good. It's good perfume. We're probably out of 72 out of 100, 73 out of 100. I might put the scores broken down up. I have them down here. I'm not going to go through them. Actually, I will. I'm sure Peter's going to want to know. I'll let him know. Even this, I mentioned Mendithrosa Lamat, and I mentioned Lamat a lot, how I love it. Why this is so good? The Immortelle helps out that synthetic base. Their synthetic base, in almost every other composition that they have, I can't stand, to be fair. But the Immortelle, the syrup it creates with the air base that they've done, something else. And the patchouli, very good patchouli too, and rose. And then, I mean, you have this guy, Luc Couture. Whatever you think of him, he's good, and I'm in line with how he judges perfume composition over notes. Somehow I can see past all the funky smells and everything. I care about originality, composition, and the whole air of a perfume, the projection, the sillage, how it plays everything together. He calls what Tower did, he calls a once-in-a-lifetime accord. So to get it right the first time, I just don't see how. Dendera, it was him just hunting his ingredients, and he talks about hunting them and going over and over and smelling all the ingredients. Just all the facets and nuances that were created from those ingredients. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I can't put my mind around all the aromas that come off of just the main three ingredients that he created. There's over 200 aromas that can occur, and they work with each other, creating new aromas. And then all of a sudden multiply those together with the ambergris, the iris, and the oud. And that's why that's so special. It's just well chosen and well making, I mean, keep that a secret, that you can build so many flankers off of this, which he said he won't. I'm like, I'm the business guy. I'm like, dude, grab it while it's hot. Put your honey on top of that. Oh my goodness. Of GAEA. Oh my goodness. So I'm doing so much explanation because it's Peter and I love the guy. Let's put our Peter hat back on. We all love Peter. And I know most people watching this love Peter, so that's another reason I recorded it twice and explained so much. I normally would just be done, it flat, linear, and do all that, but wanted to over-explain. And there's so many people I haven't even put on the channel because they don't even come to this quality, and people are just praising them on Instagram because they're new. They have something new to talk about, and I'm like, you guys, like, anything that was new last year I sampled that was on Instagram. I've been way more careful in the last 3 months and will continue to be more careful of what I choose. I'm done with composition study. I think I'm in a good place for what I want. I was after different things than other reviewers. I was literally after how to build a DNA. That's why I talk so much about it in almost every review. I care less about the notes the perfumer gives me than what holds all the notes together. I want to smell that uniqueness, and then I want to smell the structure secondary. See if they structured it right, and if it has transitions. It's the next thing I look for. Ebbs and flows is the next thing I look for. Projection, sillage, next thing, and then I go into them after I get that air. So it's not. I mean, I rated this high just because it was, and to if you can go synthetic, it's so cheap to make synthetics. Like now that he has this, I mean, he can go to any synthetic company, give them the stuff, and they'll almost, if he picked a stock bottle, it'd be so cheap for him to make. Also, I need to be done, but that's why I over-explained. Peter hat's back on. Now, collecting all 3 bottles, you should feel good about it. Proxima's coming out in March. This is Peter hat back on. You should feel good about it. If you enjoy Peter, enjoy his channel, instead of just donating to him, you get to buy this. Help push him make more stuff. Help push him learn. Have a piece of Centauri, his history, and refer to it. And instead of donating, you actually get a whole nice bottle perfume out of it at the same point. Would I wear Proxima? It would have to be layered with something for me personally. That probably makes Peter squinge a bit, but I'd buy it. GAEA, I can't have that soap on me. Like, it makes me puke. So I'll wait for another one in line to get my white bottle. But that's where I'm at. All right, I'm ending it. I love you, Peter. Hope you don't hate me after this. I hope everybody got my heart from it. And you should feel good about buying from Peter. I do. He's given me so much free information. It's crazy. I think that's why it was really hard to just put this up. And I think, he's one of the guys. Let's push forward, because there's only going to be better and better and better stuff. You see the guy. His mind's not going to give up. So, fun house to follow. Be blessed. Love you all.